The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Whether you're new to sales or a lifetime veteran, the Blackbelt Sales Podcast will sharpen your sword and guide you to master the art of sales. And now, here's your host, the ninja himself, Gene Slade.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Blackbelt Sales Podcast. Got my main man, Don, in the booth with me. Good morning, Don. How are you, sir?
Good morning, Gene. Good morning.
Guys, if you're watching us live, I see we got a couple live viewers already. Will you please do me the favor of just going and putting live down in the comments? And if you're watching this on a replay, if you do the same, help us to trick that algorithm into sending this out to more people. Man, we would really appreciate that. So, Don, we're talking this morning about salespeople and the negative view that some people have of salespeople as being pushy. Forget the slimy, sleazy stuff. We're talking about the pushy stuff. And most people don't want to be pushy technicians or pushy salespeople, do they?
That's right. Yeah, that you get this a lot is I don't want to be that kind of person. I don't want to be a pushy kind of person. And the proper selling process takes all that away when you have a system, especially the Lead Ninja system that just allows the customer to make a choice. And that's what that's really about, is not being pushy, is allow them to make a choice.
For sure. So give me can you define assuming the sale for me? There's something called an assumptive close, if you guys haven't heard of that before. It is a way of asking for a sale in an assuming manner. So, Don, can you give me an example, maybe set the stage for what that would look like if we were out on a service call or a sales call? What would it look like? Set the stage for us, and then show us how you could assume a sale. And then we'll talk about the psychology behind it.
Sure. The easiest assume the sale is people called you out for a reason. They want you to fix their problem. Think about it this way. They want you to fix their problem. All you really have to do is lay them out a couple of options. You've all heard the good, better, best, that everyone else says out there, the good, better, best scenarios. But as long as you lay out a choice, so what do you want me to do? You want me to just fix the bare minimums? You want me to fix all the problems? Or would you like to upgrade the system to make sure it lasts much longer? I didn't necessarily ask them, did they want to buy? Yes, no. I just assumed they wanted me to fix something. They wanted me to do some work for them. Let them make that choice. The choice they make will be a feedback to how well we did explain the items, but ultimately we don't have to be pushy salespeople. All we have to do is give them the choice through this process. So a choice close is the assumptive close.
So here's what I'm hearing right now. And look at this. I got the wrong cord hanging down here, but that's okay. Booyah. Okay, so what I heard first, Don, was about mindset. And I think it's super, super important to stop here. I think a lot of technicians, you and I were talking earlier today, a lot of technicians, they go out to a service call. Let's say it's an HVAC call or something, a demand call, plumbing call, electrical call. And they're not even convinced already that the client is going to buy from them. And a lot of times that's because they have not been trained on communication and have never been given a roadmap or a blueprint or a sales system, right?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
So there are a lot of times out there, we heard about it this morning, where one guy's only closing about 50% of the service calls he goes on. But it's what I'm hearing you say is, I need to have the mindset already be sold that the client is already, that they're going to do something with me.
Right. People don't call out companies that they already say, well, I don't trust that company. I don't trust I don't trust them, so I think I'll call them out to my house.
Yeah.
There's already a level of trust, and they're calling you out because they believe they want you to fix their problem for them or do this work for them, do something for them. So we have to have that mindset that we're there to fix something, do some work for them. It's just, let's ask them what they want us to do, right? Not do they want us to do it. It's not a yes, no question. Do you want to buy this or not?
I have a question. I have a question real quick, and I'm going to let you continue. I want to ask the audience right now. Are there any of you out there that right before you go in to have the conversation with the customer about numbers, you know what I'm talking about, do any of you get nervous before you go in to talk to the client? And so just yes or no, please, down in the comments. Do you get the butterflies in your stomach like I used to get before I would go in and present? Right? That's all I want to know right now. Just yes or no. Do you get the butterflies? Do you get like that queasy feeling in your stomach before you go? Okay, good. I'm done.
Yeah. Talking with people about money can be difficult, so we understand the butterflies, especially when you don't have the words. You're making it up as you go along. So,
yeah.
First of all, we're going to just get good at an assumptive close, and you're not being pushy. So you put out a couple of options, whether you do them verbally or on a piece of paper. That's part of your sales process, or on Service Titan for a lot of you guys. That's putting together a couple of choices and then asking the customer which one would they like to do. So what should we do? Most all of the sales systems.
Oh, you did not use that close. What should we do?
I was going to say almost all the sales systems that I just alluded to, you know which one it was. That's all the whole process. That's really all they teach you is what should we do, or make a choice close. I like the way it's explained a little more in the Lead Ninja system. You want to do the mandatories. You want to do the things that are going to appear in the near future. Or do you want us to take care of all of it for you today? That's not the words, but you guys know the phrasing that we use in the Lead Ninja system.
Yeah. One thing that I would add to that is that you don't want to use the same words to close over and over and over and over again. All right. Like if I asked you, what should we do? That's a perfectly acceptable close. But if you give me any pushback and I just kind of brush it aside and then just ask you again, what should we do, over and over and over again, that begins to feel very high pressure, right? It's just not as smooth or as polished as you could be presenting yourself.
Okay. Well, when I heard that, you don't want to use the same word. You want to use the same words every call, but you might not use it 10 times on this one call.
That's right.
And I see that's where you were going with that, is you're going to ask what they want to do. And then if they give you pushback, then we're going to have that conversation. What is it about that item that they like? Something will come through the conversation for us with it. But the big assumption here is they called you out to their house, especially on a no cooling call this summer. They expect when you leave that their air will be working, right? That's the hope, at least. Now they are assuming, or
that their drain will be flowing, or that their electrical circuit will be working, or that their pests will not be there.
Something, exactly. They are assuming you're going to be able to do the work. So why can't we just assume they're going to buy something from us to do that, right? So that's why we want to do that choice close, and we assume the sale. They're going to do something. Our ability to communicate to them, maybe our sales process, our education process, whichever way you like to say it, will probably help determine how much stuff we're going to do when we're out there. But let's just go ahead and assume that they're going to have us do something while we're there.
Got it.
You're not calling up a company to come out to do nothing.
That's right. They got a problem. Mm-hmm. Or they're trying to have something maintained so that it doesn't break down. They have a goal in mind, right? Sure. You're out there for a reason.
A reason.
So one other, I've got one story to tell towards the end. But if you guys are watching this live right now, man, it would mean the world to me if you just put live down in the comments. Could you do that? I can see that we've got an audience here. That would make a big difference for the show. So please put live if you're watching live. Please put replay if you're watching replay. Don, one of my favorite assumptive closes, and it comes after trial closes, is, and you want me to go ahead and take care of it for you? That's
Yes.
it. Guys, closing is the easiest part of the job. There's a bunch of stuff that has to be done before you go to close. And if it's not done right, then you won't close, right? But my favorite assumptive close is, and you want me to go ahead and take care of it for you? Right? It's just, and just nod your head and just keep looking at them and shut up and don't say anything else.
Right. And you want me to go ahead and take care of that for you?
What's up, Randy? What's up, Kevin? What's up, Justin? Good to see you guys. Thank you for chiming in down in the comments. I really, truly do appreciate that.
Yeah. And you want me to, I like adding that word.
You guys stay on till the end of the show, because I'm going to share something with you that absolutely changed my life, and it'll make a massive difference in yours. I got a quick story for you. And guys, share this real quick. Put somebody's name down in the comments. Even if they don't see it now, they might see it later. I truly am going to share one of 3 things that I did that absolutely changed my sales life and career forever. Okay. Keep going, Don.
Yeah. You know, I like to add the word today. It implies immediate action. It implies, simplicity as well. And you want me to go ahead and take care of that while I'm here today. I like adding that while I'm here today. So many people, contractors, other people they've had in their life will say, perfect, I'll put you on, I got to go to the store and get the stuff. I've got to get you back on the schedule. I'll come back tomorrow. People might not agree to things if they think it's going to inconvenience them, or say the other way, they might agree to a few things that they wouldn't otherwise if they think they can just go ahead and get it done now. And it's just simple. It's not inconveniencing them anymore. And you want me to just go ahead and take care of that while I'm here today? What, can you? I didn't realize I could do it. Again, don't necessarily, that customers don't always understand. Their worst service they've ever had is probably the standard that they're worried that they're about to get again, right? Yeah. So a simple project that turns into 2 weeks, that then they have to come back and do some final stuff, just irritates, the client, the customer. And they're scared that if they agree to do something, that they're going to get stuck into that world again, right? So I'm going to just go ahead and take care of that while I'm here today. So you want me to go ahead and take care of that while I'm here today. I like that, adding that to it. Especially works great on a service call, works great on small items. I agree that you're probably not going to have that little extra on, a huge project. A 2-week-long project is not going to get to have that here today part of it. But adding a 1 or 2 more little items on their ticket that they would benefit from, or that they're going to have to deal with in the future, they might just go ahead with it today. That's one way to raise your average ticket, is take the ticket that you would get 6 months from now and just go ahead and do it today. That'll raise your average ticket. You're not selling them anything else. You're not selling them anything they don't need. You're just maybe going ahead and doing it today versus them waiting 6 more months for it.
This is one of the beautiful parts about doing full inspections if you're in the trades, right? Is that you can typically have a bit of a crystal ball. You can typically see stuff that's coming down the road in the future. And it gives you an opportunity to present those options now. A lot of clients don't want to have you back 3 times, 4 times to do a bunch of stuff. They would rather just get it all done at the same time. It's less inconvenient, right? So, super, super good points, man.
So as long as you're not being pushy when you're assuming this, not to worry about being pushy. Being pushy is telling them they have no choice, or they're not being smart. I don't want to use the bad, ugly word, but they're not being smart to not do what you tell them to do, right? They have a choice. And a lot of times we're the same way. We tend to not want to do what people tell us we have to do. We want to come to our own conclusion about things. So when you tell me I have to do something or I should do something, oh my gosh, I'm going to probably have a, hold my beer moment and let me prove you otherwise type scenario going through my head type situation. I'm going to prove you otherwise. You need a new system. Well, hold on. I'm going to make this thing run and last for a much longer time. So you can change that around so simple by just making it not what that they're going to want to have a new system versus you need to do this. You should do this. You're going to want to do this.
Yeah, don't tell anybody what they should do. But you can tell them what they're going to want to do. Man, that lands differently.
It lands very different. It really does change the whole outlook of the viewpoint, right? It's from their perspective, I'm going to want it versus your perspective telling me what I should do, what I need to do. I can definitely remember my parents when I was a kid telling me what I needed to do, and somehow it just didn't land the same as if I wanted to do something, right?
Yeah.
Remember that with your kids too, right? You need to clean up your room. No, I don't.
So we've gone over two examples of assumptive closes today. One is an alternative of choice close. The other one is more of a direct close. So the first one was something like this. So what do you want to do? You want to go with the bare minimum, go halfway, or go all the way? That's assuming that they're going to do something, right? Mm-hmm. It's not a, do you want to do it? No, that's awkward. Don't do that. Give them an alternative of choice close. And then the other one was after I had asked a trial close, maybe the trial close would be something like, can you see now why more people choose us regardless of any difference in price? And the client says, yes, I can see that. I would go, and you want us to take care of it for you. Mm-hmm. So that's the more direct close. So both are assumptive. One's an alternative of choice. The other one's much more direct. Don, I've got a story that I'd like to share about the mindset of going into a call before we end. So was there anything else you wanted to say about the assumptive closes? And by the way, put down in the comments, do you feel like assuming the sale, which is what we just did, is high pressure? Okay, so those two closes, and you want me to go ahead and take care of it for you? Is that high pressure? The second one was, so what do you want to do? Do you want to go with the bare minimum, go halfway, or go all the way? Is that high pressure? Just yes or no down in the comments. Anything else you wanted to say about assuming sale, Don?
It is, in my opinion, the best solution, the easiest solution, and you don't feel like you pushed anybody or that you're being a salesperson. You just simply educate them and let them make the choice. So I like it a lot.
Kevin says, no, it's just closing. Cool. So guys, I asked you earlier and nobody really answered me. Maybe you guys can throw some answers down in the comments now on replays and stuff like that. But do you ever feel nervous before you go in to present to a client? So I remember years ago, I was sitting in my little pink truck. Yes, I said little pink truck because our trucks were pink. For a reason. It was marketing, right? And branding. So I'm sitting in my little pink truck outside of a condo in Naples, getting ready to go up and present a system. It was about $10,000 at that time. And I started to feel my guts churning, right? Do you guys ever get this feeling? I used to get it before a wrestling match, sometimes other sporting events, that nervous feeling in your stomach. Why does that happen? What's going on there? Is it that you're thinking about what you don't want to happen? Like if you had the expectation that you were just going to go up there and they were just going to buy and it was going to be easy, would you be nervous? So I'm sitting there and I knew about the law of attraction at the time, and we don't have a ton of time here. So I'm gonna have to try to keep this as simple as possible. The law of attraction is a real law. Every bit as true as the law of gravity. Every bit as real as the law of gravity. And the law of attraction basically states that whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on, you get more of. Okay? So I'm sitting there thinking about all the things that I didn't want to happen. I was thinking about objections that I could get. I was thinking about them not being cooperative. I was thinking about me having the bad feeling of walking away from that deal and not having closed it and have wasted 3 or 4 hours of my time. Anybody else relate? Can you relate? Hit me in the comments if you can relate.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm sitting there, and the law of attraction says whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on, you get more of. So if I'm sitting there thinking about all of the objections that I could get, what does the law of attraction then say I'm attracting to me? That's right. More objections, right? More heartache, more wasted time, more feeling bad about myself, more negative impact on my self-image. Come on, guys. You know what I mean. You know how you feel when you walk out the door without a deal. And they've said no. You take it as a personal rejection a lot of times, don't you? So there's one more piece to this story, and that is, guys, what is a thought? What is a thought? Can you answer that? I'd love to see somebody answer that one down in the comments. So we do this in our live events all the time. A thought is an electrical impulse, all right? It's like a little lightning bolt that flashes in your brain. You think a thought, any thought, boom, flashes. A little lightning bolt just flashed through your brain just now. Well, do you know that if you think a thought over and over and over again, that little lightning bolt, it goes in the same pattern in the same place in your brain. And if you think it again and again and again and again, that lightning bolt, that electricity burns a new pathway, a new neural pathway called a dendrite. And it is no longer a thought at that point, but a belief, a part of you. Now, this is scary, right? You've thought negative things about yourself and begun to believe them, right? Maybe even some of you out there believe some stuff about yourself that ain't true that you're bragging on right now, right? But I'm sitting there thinking, listen, I know the law of attraction. I know what I know what I think about, I bring about. I got to stop this. So what is it that I really want? Pay attention right now, because this is going to be worth the price of admission. All right. I know, for all the money you guys paid to be here today. I said to myself, everybody trusts me. Everybody buys from me. That's what I want. These 7 words changed my life and have changed lives all over this country. If you write them down and you say them to yourself 30, 40 times before you go into every call, I promise you it will change your life. If you're somebody who likes to take the easy road, start doing this, because it takes no money to do, very little effort, right? Start saying to yourself before you go into every call, everybody trusts me, everybody buys from me. Everybody trusts me. Everybody buys from me. Remember the dendrite thing we were talking about? Remember the new neural pathway thing that we're talking about? I just lean in and whisper to the customer, everyone trusts me. Everybody. That's very funny. I don't even fucking remember what I was talking about now. We're going to have to bleep that out. Everybody trusts me. Everybody buys from me. It's actually on the back of my shirt right now. It's on the back of our class shirts.
Right.
Remember that dendrite we were talking about? If I think that thought over and over and over again, what's happening inside my brain? I'm building a new neural pathway. I'm building a new belief system. You guys are brainwashed. All right. You where you're at as a result of everything you've thought of and done, every action you've done in your life. Okay. Put new thoughts in, get new results out. So I started saying to myself, everybody trusts me. Everybody buys from me before every single call. And I started envisioning what I wanted as opposed to what I didn't want. This is the mindset that we're talking about with assumptive sales and assumptive closes. I hope that this is all coming together for you, audience. If it's all coming together, give me a boom in the comments. Okay. Have the mindset, force the mindset, rewire your brain to believe that everybody trusts you, everybody buys from you, and you will be so much more confident than you are right now. Customers smell confidence, and they smell it when you're not confident.
Yes.
Okay. So this is how you rewire your brain, and I did it. And I'll tell you, I changed this and 2 other things, but I immediately went from a 72% closing ratio to a 95% closing ratio as a result of what we're sharing with you today. And it's free to you.
Yeah. Right.
All I ask is that when you go out and you make a bunch of money from doing this, reinvest some of it back into yourself by coming and joining us at one of our events or in some of our more structured training. I mean, we've had guys get to $2.5 million, $2.7 million just on our free shit. So, I mean, like if I can make you $250,000 a year with my free stuff, imagine if you actually really became involved with us. You probably go to 500,000 like a lot of our people.
Ongoing training and reinforcing it. Our thoughts affect our emotions. Our emotions affect our actions, and our actions affect our results. Too many companies, all they want to do is focus on your results and judge you based on your numbers alone, right? And I think a smart company moves that back an item and says, let's focus on the activity. As long as you present at each call, build a list at each call, that's what I want to judge you on versus the results. Because I know the results will happen if you do the actions.
That's right.
You get even better when you move back and understand the emotions and the thoughts. Your thoughts affect your emotions affect your actions, and your actions affect your results. Too many of us focus on the results where we should be working on the input. Everybody trusts me. Everybody buys from me. That's our thoughts. That makes me walk into the call with extreme confidence. Confidence comes across not as arrogance, but it comes across as confidence that I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm doing. I'm a qualified technician. I have authority.
And it all started with your
thoughts.
Yeah. Can you guys see now why it's so important to protect your mind?
Protect it from all of the other people in your company, sometimes your family, that will tell you you can't, will tell you, will give you their limiting thoughts all the time. People share their limiting beliefs so much quicker than they'll ever share their dreams and hopes. They'll tell you all the negativity because it's their way of justifying where they are in life, right? That's where they justify where they are in life. So all that means let's concentrate on getting the thoughts right, the emotions right. Then we have our confidence to do the actions. We will actually more willing to ask for the order if we're confident, right? And if we ask for the order, we're more likely to get some results. So I love that. I love that flow. Keep that in mind. It's a very, very powerful. What goes in your thoughts will come out in your results.
Guys, appreciate you joining us here today. If you need help, I want you to feel free to text me. All right. My cell number is 239-848-6533. 239-848-6533. Just shoot me a text. I got your back. I will help you, even if it's free the first time. Okay. Secondly, you guys have been hearing about these events that we've been doing, these mansion events. We've got an 18,000 square foot lodge out in the mountains in Gatlinburg that we're going to be at September 29th, Sunday, September 29th. Check-in is at 6 p.m. So you want to show up for the cocktail and happy hour, social hour. Yeah, that's a better way to say it. And then we'll be training Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So September 29th through October 3rd. You got to check out of the lodge by October 3rd. All of your food is covered. Your lodging's covered. You're going to stay with us. We're going to do about 9 hours of training a day. And then afterwards, we'll be just sharing time together at a beautiful, beautiful lodge out in the mountains. It's the largest, I think they just said it was the largest rental cabin in the state of Tennessee. So, and it's just opened. It's absolutely beautiful. We'll be serving you food. We've got everything that you need once you get there. And this is the cheapest that we've ever been able to offer seats to our classes. You can get somebody in, I think, as cheap as $2,500. The cheapest we've ever been able to offer it other than that was about $6,000. So the way that this house is set up, we're able to do much better for you guys on the pricing. So take advantage of it now, because the December event will be back in Florida and we'll be back to the regular pricing. Okay, so if you need anything, hit me up on my cell again. Text me. Please don't call me first. Text me first. 239-848-6533. Just had a message come across the screen. Text message, Don, one of my existing clients that needs a room there. So
looking forward to it.
Guys, here's a video real quick about the mansion event and some of the results from some of the participants. Man, I wish it was updated. But take a quick look, and then we are going to wrap the show up.
If somebody was hesitant about coming to the Lead Ninja Mastermind, I'll tell them this. You can't afford not to go. It's going to change your life, but not only your life, your family's life.
You don't have to wait a year to start making the kind of money that you want to make. Corbin came out of here and within 30 days went from $250,000 to $500,000 in sales. So it doesn't take long as you put in the work.
I've seen a huge increase in just a short time. Last month, my total revenue for the month was only $5,200. We still have about 10 days left of the month, and I'm already at $13,500. The difference between others and this one's a lot more direct and a lot more informative in certain areas to help you overcome certain obstacles, where the other ones are just kind of broad for everybody. So this one really kind of gets down to the bottom of each and every step in the process of, doing your job as an HVAC technician. If you really want to better yourself, then you need to invest the time in yourself, and joining this class is definitely going to help you get to that next level. If you're struggling to get to that next level, this is the class you need to be in.
Yes, I have scripted out for you, word for word, exactly how to tell them about the money.
Look at that. I'm frozen up again. Oh, there we go. Now, one thing I think we forget to mention, Don, too, if you own a larger company, let's say a company that's 7, 8, 9, 10 million or larger than that, Don and I also both do on-sites, where we come out to your place. You don't have to send people away. There's no airline, tickets and crap like that, losing the guys all day. And at the on-sites, we do 4 hours worth of training in the morning. It's usually 4 days, maybe 5 days worth of training, but 4 hours in the morning. And then we send them out into the field to go use the information. And then we unpack what happened the next morning and then continue training. That typically makes more economical sense if you've got 10, 12, 15 technicians, 20 plus people. We had a room of over 130 people, I think, at one company. But if you're a bigger organization, reach out to me again on my cell, and let's discuss what it would look like for us to come to you. There's my cell number. If you can't see it because you're on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, it's 239-848-6533. Don, any parting words?
Always look forward to these, Gene. Great information today. Again, guys, go out and assume the sell, and you'll be amazed at what that will do to your numbers.
Sounds good. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If you're on Apple or Spotify, please shoot over and give us a 5-star review. Love you, ninjas. I'll see you next time.